beauties and cuties, my name is Tesseption, and welcome back to me watching and reacting to all of the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared stuff. I actually released this video called the 12th of September egg 3 days ago. So today I'm going to do a reaction to this, and of course also continue watching the film theory videos that I've been watching as well. So this is only 20 seconds long, then we're gonna hop over to the other thing. So let's get it.
We're gonna get things ready for the big day.
Big day,
Guys. Ready for the special
Okay.
day.
So a new episode's coming out.
Follow me.
6 brand new episodes. Oh, I'm excited! Channel 4? What is this? Hold on. I thought it was gonna be on YouTube. Hold on, you've been watching this video for way too long not to check out my membership members. These are extra dedicated Tessnators who help financially support the channel and deserve some more love. If you want to check anybody out, please check out the comment section down below. It is the pinned comment, okay? Back to your video. Bye. Okay, so now we have watched that, and I've been very saddened to find out that I'm probably not going to be able to watch that at all because it's going to be on some kind of exclusive UK show thing. Maybe it'll be online at some point in time. I'm not fully sure. So now we're watching the next film theory as well. This one was made 3 years ago, Decrypting the Wakey Wakey trailer. Oh, actually, I don't really think I know what the Wakey Wakey trailer actually is. Yeah, I've never seen this before, so let's actually watch it really quickly. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Don't hug me, I'm scared, right? Okay, cool. Okay, that was really short, sweet, and disturbing, of course. Okay, so now we're watching the film theory thing on it. Oh god. Matt Pat, why? Spooky boy. God, look at Matt Pat. He's so strange sometimes. He's so funny, though. Look at him! That little face. Oh god, Matt Pat, why? It's so weird.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Welcome to Film Theory.
Thank you.
Where too much watching won't make your teeth go gray.
Yay!
Fall out.
Oh,
You might
God.
not know this about me, but
Never
one of my
mind.
favorite entertainment genres is puppet psychological horror that comments on the state of modern children's programming. I have
Really?
very specific tastes. So it'll come as no surprise that
Idea. Mine is being scared.
I am thrilled that Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is coming back for more. Now, if you're not familiar with DHMIS, the show was a 6-part series that
So
felt
long,
a
by
lot
the
like
way. Such a long
Blumhouse
name.
got a hold of Sesame Street, or the
Yep.
Muppets just got a wee bit too sick of being so good and wholesome all the time and went all American Psycho. After the series allegedly concluded, I did a 2-part theory trying to unravel the messages of the series
Many
while
years ago.
also piecing together the lore within the show itself. And that's where things ended 2 years ago, with
Right.
DHMIS relegated to the archives of YouTube where it would live in infamy, joining the ranks of Marble Hornets and Salad Fingers as twisted
I've never heard of Marble Hornets before. Is that something else I have to watch now?
web series that would deliver creepy nostalgia for a generation of youngsters.
Yeah.
At least, that's what I thought.
Just kidding.
Then, out of nowhere, the channel suddenly became active again, dropping a new trailer entitled Wakey Wakey to announce that the show
Wakey
was
Wakey.
coming back.
Eggs and bakey.
Great news.
When? It's unclear. Where can we watch it?
It's
also
unclear. Yeah.
Maybe YouTube? But given that it's now got the backing of Conoco, the production company for Conan O'Brien's show, it's
Oh, wow.
really anybody's
That's weird.
guess.
It's kind of
What's
random.
the show gonna be about? Now that, I think I can answer.
There
Sure,
we go.
The trailer left a lot of people asking themselves,
I wonder what will happen.
and it is only 20 seconds of footage.
That's not enough time.
But it's more than enough. Based on the trailer, I'm fairly confident I can not only tell you the narrative arc of these episodes, but
Oh,
also
wow.
what the deeper meaning of it all is. You see, it's my theory that this new season is going to be about the current political situation in America. The duck is Donald Trump. And if that sounds crazy,
That's
remember
so
that this is a show
specific.
where a boy wanders off from a picnic and almost ends up in a cult that worships a god who eats gravel. So it's time.
Okay, I get that and I respect that, Matt Pat, I do. And of course, this was 3 years ago. That is like incredibly specific, especially considering that the original series was based off of British televisions.
Time to pick apart the trailer and see just how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Yes,
to
please.
Put Wakey Wakey into as much context as I can, let's do a quick recap of the original 6 episodes and my theory for what was really going on. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared follows 3 main characters.
Yep.
The red guy, the yellow guy, and the duck.
Checks
the
out.
children's TV program that the red guy created and that all of them star in.
Yep.
The show is being corrupted by the show's producer, financier, yellow guy's creepy stage dad, Roy.
My dad is a computer.
Whose goal seems to be to sell products and torture his son, both of
Yes.
which seem to be the main messages of DHMIS as a whole. The harmful effects that money and advertising can have on art, and the corruption of children's programming by
God,
that
it's still
kind
weird
of
watching
for-profit
again.
agenda. After Red Guy discovers that their show can be made cheaply and distributed onto computers, his head literally explodes as he sees a way forward without the influence of Roy. The duck similarly gets
Yes,
tired of and
forget you,
consumed by the
Roy.
show. The latter, again, quite literally, before the red guy discovers the harmful effects that the show is having on kids, yellow guy included. He pulls the plug on the show, and the final scene of the final episode reveals that they're moving forward with a lower budget, independent reboot of the first ever episode. So that's where we're coming from. Now, cut to Wakey Wakey, where we
Okay.
get an establishing shot of Clay Hill, the town
Okay.
where it seems
Did you guys hear that?
these characters live outside of the context of the show. We get
Okay.
a quick shot of Red Guy walking through the forest, followed
Right,
by what
right.
looks like a classic episode of their usual show with the key as a teacher. We get a couple
Oh
of shots
my.
of computer machinery with the duck's face on it, then see a snapshot of a dark room in a state of disarray, and the duck's face on a large screen behind the now locked gates of Clay Hill. Then we've got
Huh.
ourselves a psychedelic door and a shot of
A
a purple
psychedelic
marble.
door.
I don't know. A lot of people online think that this looks like South Park's member berries.
I was thinking it looks like a gumball, but okay.
But it would be a weird reference for them to make. Anyway, Wakey Wakey ends simply with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and then the production companies, Blink Industries, Conoco, and Super Deluxe. It's
Super
not
Deluxe.
a ton to go off of, but if you actually slow it down, pay attention to the
Here we go again with this, where Matt Pat's like, frame by frame, ding it all, frame by frame. And it's actually really true a lot with like the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared stuff.
details, and think about who's actually making this show, some really solid narrative possibilities start to develop. First and foremost, it's important to note that the room that's partially destroyed in the trailer is, upon closer inspection, the
Mayor's
office of
office.
Clay Hill's mayor, as we can see by the picture of him on the wall and the identifying medal he's wearing in the picture on his desk.
Right, that makes
Something
sense.
happened to the mayor of this town. Notice also that it's
Revolution!
discovered by the duck. See this shot of him opening the doors and this duck-billed shadow when we're actually presented with the room.
Right.
This is going to be important later on. The disappearance, or even murder of the mayor, likely prompts
Probably
the show
murder.
that Red Guy, Yellow Guy, and the Duck are on to do a very special installment about safety, with this key as their guest teacher. As these
Ah.
episodes always go, what probably starts as a basic lesson about the importance of safety and locking things up spins wildly out of control, escalating into a paranoid fervor about security and keeping bad people out. Notice that the yellow padlock that's put on the gates
Looks
of Clay Hill
angry.
in this shot looks a heck of a lot like the lock that's hanging
Oh.
around the key's neck in that brief scene.
That's fair.
We also see that the red guy is now locked out
But
of
it does look mad though. It looks very angry.
looking in. Why would that be? Because he's now the bad guy. Or at
Ooh.
least that's the story that's being spread about him. Let's take another, even closer look at what I assume is the crime scene in the mayor's office.
Okay,
On top
okay,
of that
okay.
overturned file cabinet, we see a green scarf with yellow perpendicular lines on it that should look pretty familiar.
It
Sure,
does look
we've
familiar.
seen it in previous DHMIS episodes,
Oh.
but based on the ending of episode 5, we know that it
Oh.
belongs to Red Guy because he is actually wearing it as he walks away from the phone booth.
Gotcha.
If the duck is the one who discovers the crime scene, maybe he recognizes that clue and uses it to get Red Guy banished from Clay Hill. After all, most of what we see of Red Guy in the Wakey Wakey trailer is him in isolation and outside of the town. As
Yeah.
he walks through a forest, is literally locked.
Well, isn't the mayor right there next to Red Guy anyways? Like, he's alive. So, some way or another, Duck got the mayor and Red Guy kicked out, and then Duck took over. Because the mayor's right there next to him. He's right here. So, like, I don't know.
Out of the city, or is just looking through binoculars, again, out in the wilderness. Now consider this. The duck is really the focal point to this trailer. Not only is he the one who discovers the ruined mayor's office, but throughout the trailer we see a lot
Him
of
in
imagery
control.
pointing to the duck being in control.
Yeah.
Look closely at the shot of the locked gate. Behind it, there's that screen with the duck's face on it. It's hard to fully make out the words, but it appears to say the town is safe. So with the mayor missing, there is now a power vacuum in Clay Hill, one that the duck seems to step in and fill. He is an established television celebrity, and if he throws Red Guy under the bus by blaming him for the violence against them,
Was that Miss Frissel's bus? Why did they pick that bus out of all buses?
By blaming him for the violence against the mayor, he can use that to improve his credibility and spread the message that he'll be the one to keep Clay Hill safe and thus should be in control. And then there are plenty of subtler clues at play too. When we see the locked gates of Clay Hill, we can also see a surveillance camera with a duckbill on it, insinuating that it's the duck who is behind these security measures. That same kind of duckbill is also on the robot with the drill for a hand that we see in this shot. Then of course there's the shot of what might best be described as a duck machine, with him plugged into various computers and machines like the ones that we saw at the end of DHMIS 6 that were being used by
never mind.
Roy to control and monitor the show, and Yellow Guy. It's also noteworthy that this duck machine might be in the mayor's office. We've got yet another green filing cabinet similar to the one that we saw on the floor with Red Guy's scarf on it, and the same blue and white tile pattern on the floor of both rooms.
That's kind of what I was thinking
appears
too.
As though this is near the end of the series, with the duck having created a full-on surveillance state, and with he himself being directly hardlined into the monitoring systems that he's using to keep a watch on everyone in town. As for the Yellow Guy, well, we don't get to see much of him, but we can tell from one shot that he's not banished from Clay Hill like Red Guy. It's my belief that Yellow Guy will be the only one who can end up stopping the duck. But to truly understand why I say that and how he's gonna do it, we have to look at some real-life parallels.
Okay, so before he continues, because what I'm thinking, right, I can see where he's going with this, but I don't think he's on the right track here. I think that it's not talking about American politics in general. I think it's still associated with the control that the government has over the media. Because originally the basic story was producers are controlled by their funding. Why I think that this goes to the next level, and it's that media is controlled in general by the government. Yellow Guy is being used but like a mascot almost, like propaganda mascots, that kind of stuff. A long time ago, whenever women were just entering into the workforce during World War II, they were like the super strong woman. She's like, oh, you can do it. That was almost like a mascot for the propaganda they were trying to push to women. You know what I mean?
Becky Sloan and Joe Pelling, creators of Don't Hug Me, clearly had something cautionary to say about television in their original 6 episodes, and I don't think this one is any different. I also don't think it's a coincidence that a politician goes missing and that it's the duck who ends up filling the role. The narrative of a television celebrity stoking paranoia to claim political power seems like a pretty direct connection to how many people view President Donald Trump these days. Beyond him being one of the most controversial figures in recent memory, there's something to be said about television's role in getting him elected. Obviously, millions of people were already familiar with the Don's personality from his show The Apprentice, but some media agencies reported that the amount of coverage Trump's campaign got had a valuation of $800 million in free broadcasting.
Really?
And if you include digital coverage, the amount jumps to about $5 billion in free coverage, more than the campaigns of Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio combined. Locking up Clay Hill for its protection also feels very similar to ideas Trump has espoused about closing off America's borders, and blaming the Red Guy for a crime that he may or may not have committed and sending him out of the city has some pretty direct parallels to Trump's immigration policy.
That, and a lot of America likes to play the superhero game. America likes to act like there is not a gray area when it comes to who is good and who is bad. Like, think about the Cold War, like when America was fully against like Russia and communism. Oh, they're the bad guys, they're against freedom, where people don't like to act like there's this ginormous gray area. And they do this all the time in media, actually.
Even the duck's government-sponsored security cameras have themselves a direct connection. It's also pretty on brand for the people who are making this show. Becky and Joe are both British, and as Trump's visit to the UK in 2018 showed, many people overseas aren't the biggest fans of his. On a more personal level, Joe has a history of retweeting media and tweets that run counter to the American far-right or mock Trump and his family, including a video made by the other production company, Super Deluxe, which just so happens to now be producing the new season of DHMIS. And when you actually look at Super Deluxe's history of programming, it would make a ton of sense for the new episodes of DHMIS to be a commentary on Trump. Super Deluxe has put out lots of content over the past couple of years lampooning the Don, including a series made by former President of Mexico, Vicente Fox, where Fox generally attacks Trump. One of Fox's biggest issues, that Mexico will not pay for Trump's proposed border wall.
Right.
Mexico will not pay for
Is huge.
wall.
I know that this doesn't directly prove that the next season of Don't Hug Me, I'm
Also, why do we even need a wall?
scared is going to be about the Ducks' takeover of Clay Hill and its parallels to Donald Trump's presidency, but we've got some pretty strong visual clues, a message that makes sense given the show's history, and producers who aren't afraid to lean into this kind of messaging. You
That's
might say
fair.
that the Duck becomes the Donald Duck. But wait,
Shut up, Matt Pat. Shut up, Matt. That's so stupid.
here's one final point. What about Yellow Guy? Well, for as
a
dark and
mascot.
cynical as the series can be, DHMIS seems to end itself on notes of hope. Independent Digital Video was the hopeful ending of the first 6 DHMIS episodes, and now it's my theory that Yellow Guy might just be the one to offer hope of ending the Duck's totalitarian reign in this new installment. Not
Yeah,
only
screw
is he
you,
not banished
totalitarian
from
reign.
the town, but in the shot of the Duck Machine, we see him here, in the corner. You can tell by his ear, only now he has a pink mohawk. Yellow Guy in the DHMIS series has always represented the youth, the next
Yeah,
generation,
right.
kids. All the evil kids
Innocence.
programming from episodes 1 through 6 was directly aimed at brainwashing him. Now in this shot, we see a Yellow Guy who's changed, who's discovered himself, who's experimenting, and is in a position to pull the plug on the Duck's surveillance state. If I'm right about the parallels to today's American political system, this is a direct parallel to how many youth have been outspoken about President Trump's policies, and how
Right.
many believe that the future of American politics is in the hands of Gen Z. Most of you guys watching, who are known to be the most accepting generation.
Right.
Inclusive, diverse, and eager to change the world to make it a more tolerant place. And that is the Wakey Wakey that the trailer's referencing. A wake up for America and a reference to the woke generation.
I am
the
not-
ultimate question is, will Yellow Guy be able to do it?
I am not confident in this theory, literally at all. I think that there are some parts he's gotten right, but I really don't fully agree that this is American focused.
But hey,
That's just a theory,
a
a film theory,
And
and
the lesson of today is
So like I said before, I'm not heavily confident in this theory. This one doesn't make sense to me. The correlation of the show, yes, like it's easy to draw connections to certain things when you're living in this environment in America. That kind of, and I'm not saying that it's fully wrong or whatever, but at the same time, well, he did say the connection between the two of them was that people in the UK really didn't like Donald Trump. That's cool and that's fair, but I just don't, it doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel like they would ever make a connection to American politics. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. You guys know what to do. If you guys did, go check out the original film theory stuff. Give it all the love of the world and support, of course, because that is the star of the show. Check out my members, and that's pretty much all. 50% to go.